Scriptures in front of a buffalo.
Scriptures in front of a buffalo.
Yes. So, but I do that. So if people write me long letters, I don't get into that, mental game. I write straightforward. And though it may be rude, I get them up. See, no nonsense, just this is the point.
As long as you're doing it from the right place, that's all that really matters.
And I always felt that way.
And
So
exactly.
to me,
Yes.
I'm not
Right, he
insulted.
says anything, and you take it
And
as someone,
again-
you're thinking, okay, he means right, and that's all that matters.
I look at it as self-improvement, helping me while I'm here for spiritual improvement.
But people don't appreciate, take it wrong way. I feel okay, I feel fine.
Yeah, sure.
Because I had not done with any wrong intention.
Exactly.
My
exactly.
intention was, so we are rewarded for our intention, not for our action. You do very good action, but your intention to rip somebody off,
Yeah.
your reward is for your intention. Now, don't bring up something, everyone is talking. He is a very supportive husband of Margie,
Very supportive.
Yes.
That's important, because especially in our little community, a lot of people aren't supportive. Whether they believe it or not believe it doesn't matter, they
Yes.
should be at least supportive.
Yes.
You know?
One time Margie was in the hospital, she was upset, she wanted to talk to me. So Bob came on the phone, I talked to her, she felt better.
Nice.
Yes.
I was in the hospital when I was having a meltdown, and my husband knows how much Shanti helps me. And he called Shanti,
Yeah.
and he said, Margie really needs, and I was like, I couldn't believe I heard from him. You called me in the hospital, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So he takes me down the shore, gives up money to come down, pays someplace to stay, also I can be with Shanti.
Nice.
Yeah. So this is sacrifice. So if you don't do any charitable work, but you support somebody who is doing charitable, you have your share.
There you go.
Right.
Well,
See?
Margie told me earlier, when she seen you earlier this morning, she mentioned, she says, why doesn't people like me? And I said, Margie, you're a great person. You do,
I can't believe
I
you
love-
brought that up.
her mouth gets her in trouble. Her actions, no, she'll do anything for you. But sometimes she says
I
stuff
don't think.
without thinking, and she might be joking around, but it's hurtful to somebody. And I said, you got to really think before you speak, and could be hurting somebody's feelings. And other than that, she's a great person. I don't know why she feels that she's not.
Yes. But we talked about this morning, because whatever we project ourselves, others get the message. So we should do affirmation. I accept myself, I love myself, and that we are doing.
Right,
But
exactly.
going deeper into it.
Yeah.
So because when you accept, I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I'm good, doesn't matter. And there are so many people, says, for example, actors or actresses, the successful actresses are not the most beautiful. They like themselves.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
just any person
Yeah.
who's successful, they like themselves. And then others usually like. So
That's true.
really we project ourselves.
Right.
Okay. How do we project? By body language, by speech, with our eyes, with our action, just so many ways we do. And that's why sanskaras, we should influence our sanskaras. I put that in quote recently on Facebook. We are influenced by our sanskaras in unconscious mind, that is chitta, and not by our logic and actions.
Right.
Don't waste time forcing yourself into discipline, but use positive affirmation to purify and reprogram your chitta.
Right.
That is the key. So
And
really-
I've noticed since I've been doing my affirmations
Yes.
that I do like myself more. I'm getting better in the ways that I want to be
Yes,
because of that.
yes,
I mean, I could never be as comfortable as I am right now here
yes,
without doing those things.
yes,
But you know what? I was thinking about the thought pattern of God, and God created everybody. God created you, and and He created Shanti. So, think about it, you're just as perfect as everybody else. I mean, just,
Yes.
you know, look, think about look, the wonder of you right now is you have emotions. Some people are dead. I mean, look at the bright side. I mean, just look at the bright side of whoever you are. I mean, and say, okay,
That's really
this
nice,
is,
that really just
yeah,
did something to me.
but that's,
Yes.
God didn't make any mistakes, I mean, as far as creativity. So everybody has their own unique, you could call the word genius, personality, it doesn't matter, but everybody's unique. Everybody
Special in
has
their own
something
way.
special. There's no doubt about it. So, and you were mentioning earlier intellect, I have no intellectual abilities. But, as far as peace of mind goes, it's got nothing to do, and it took me all these years to figure out, it's got nothing to do with peace of mind. I mean, if you could observe a tree just swaying back and forth and get the absence of mind, that's what Shanti's basically talking about. That is enlightenment, when there's absence of mind. When you have an absence of mind and just enjoy everything as being and no longer trying to be. You know what I mean? And nature's a good thing for that, I think, because what happens in nature is as we observe it, we don't make judgments. If we look in the mirror, we judge, oh shit, my face is a little more caved in, my eyes are a little more, my hair just left. There's always judgment. So nature's a good thing to get, I think, into that moment.
Yes.
But just know that you're okay. You're okay. God made you like everybody else. The most magnificent to whoever. It doesn't matter.
So God is like ocean. All of us are like waves, big or small. All of us are created in the image of God, so we are God, deep within. But it's covered up by many layers. The causal body, astral body, universe body, and all attachment. So when we remove this, then we become pure. So everyone is purifying by experiencing life to some extent. So those who purify more and more, they become like saintly person. And those who get covered up more and more by the impurity, they become evil person. So evil person can become saint by removing the impurities. So see, we are all alike, and actually we don't know. And this is what I put in Facebook. Nick is watching lately Facebook. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it is important to be aware, something like that, of what you have, instead of, it's not important what you have, but awareness of what you have.
Yeah,
Awareness and
or appreciation.
We are like prince and princesses, but act like beggars.